I thought, dude, I've hit the fucking lottery. There's no way this can get better. I can do anything I want. I'm completely free. I never have to work a job again. It was just the best time of my life. I was going to Mexico, Canada, flying to New York City, Colombia, whenever I wanted, staying in the best hotels, and just living the life of a baller. And at this point, we had dealers from different regions driving into Portland to meet us to pick up and take the product back to their home states. We had guys from Washington, Nevada. We had a guy as far as Montana drive in one time, and I think he picked up like 10 pounds from us. As we're talking, as we're counting up money, getting to know each other, I said, just out of curiosity, how much are you, flipping these for back home? And he goes, oh, weed like this, I could sell it for $4,000 a piece easily. I kind of just took a step back like, oh shit. Now I'm selling pounds to this guy for $2,700. He's turning around and flipping them wholesale back in Montana for $4,000. So this guy's making like almost triple what I'm making. So I'm running some quick math in my head. And as soon as this guy leaves, I turned to and I said, do you know by us not getting this product to these states ourselves, we're leaving an extra $1.5 million a year on the table? And he was like, yeah, but how do we make that happen? And I had no idea. But if we're going to survive, we need to figure out how, because legalization is coming. This is almost 2009. So we heard states like Colorado who are getting ready to put marijuana legalization on the ballot. And once that happened, if that happened, we knew that California and Oregon were next, and our business would not be long for this world. The biggest money was flipping product out of state. As soon as those pounds started moving east, the price just moved up and up and up and up. And that's, of course, because they had less supply of good West Coast shit, and the state laws were much more strict. So if the laws are more strict, the prices are going to be higher. The ones who were getting rich were the ones who were moving product out of state and in bulk. But we didn't have any connections. We didn't know any buyers. We were stuck. Flash forward 6-8 months. This is the summer of 2009. This summer was hell. This was the hardest summer we had had since getting into the drug game. One of our suppliers, a Mexican, part of the Sinaloa cartel, had had his pot farm raided, and he was getting deported. So that supplier, that connect, was done. Our other supplier, our original connect, out of Garberville, had just had a terrible crop. There was apparently a problem with how they had planted shit earlier in the last year. For whatever reason, they got way less product than expected. So by, I think, July or August of 2009, they were completely dry, no pot whatsoever. So and I, we had about 2.5, 3 months where we had no product. And we weren't moving coke at this time because we didn't have a good connection on that. So we were going broke. We had basically been reduced to street level dealers because we were forced to pay higher prices to indoor growers and people we didn't know who had bad product, didn't have a lot of product. We were in a bad spot. Just on a chance, I had taken a trip to the East Coast to meet up with a friend of mine from college. He was living in New York City. He was a Wall Street broker. He was doing really well. We went out one night partying in the meatpacking district down to where all the nightclubs are, and we were, treating our nose a little bit, drinking, having a great time. He introduces me to a friend of his who he worked with and a couple of his friends. Now, these were not working people. I could see immediately that these were guys of my ilk, right? A couple of these real Guinea dudes, these East Coast Italian guys who told me that they were out of South Jersey, the Philadelphia area. And these guys were as East Coast, Philly, Italian as it got. Joey and Sal, we'll call them, right? Because to this day, they have not been caught or arrested, and I don't plan on being the one that gets them arrested. We're drinking, we're getting drunk. I'm a pretty open guy. I told them, yeah, this is what I do. They saw me throwing money around. I told them, I'm a pot guy. This is my business. And their eyes lit up because back then, every East Coast pot dealer was looking for a West Coast supplier, was looking for a connect on the West Coast because that's where they were getting the best shit at the best price. So I'm talking to these guys and they're telling me, we're connected with the Philadelphia mob down there. I think like the Scarpo family or something. We're into a few things, a couple of rackets. We're into pills, we're into Molly, a little bit of cocaine. We also sell weed. we've been looking for a West Coast supplier. And I said, okay, well, let's just say in theory, I could get you what you're looking for. I could get you pounds of high grade outdoor bud. How much would you pay? How much would you pay per piece? And they said, I don't know, maybe like 3,800. And I did the math and I said, okay, well, I think that would work for us. Now, if I can get pounds for 2,000, 2,200 a piece, just depending on the time of year, and I can flip it to them for 3,500 a pound, you can see how the dollars add up very quickly. So I go home a couple of days later and I talked to and I said, if we're gonna get rich, I'm not talking about $250,000 a year. I'm talking about if we're gonna make millions before legalization puts us out of business, this is our shot. Now, the means and the methods of moving bulk marijuana across the country are varied, and it's not something I'm gonna talk about in this video. Just know that over the next year and a half, we successfully moved over 1,000 pounds of West Coast weed to the East Coast. We made a couple of $1 million, and of course, this led to our demise. I was eventually arrested and sent to prison. But I had lived the drug dealer's dream. I'd made $1 million. It was an incredible time to be alive. Hey guys, if you like that clip, make sure to check out the full video right here and subscribe to the channel right here.